All right, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Kidder's Comedy Corner, where three comedians and myself thrust a large amount of comedy and entertainment into your home tonight, virtually speaking. Guys, let's hear it for our guest tonight. This first comedian says, I have a dream. He's an LA-based comedian working his way up to the big dogs. Ladies and gentlemen, Austin Warren. Next, Mike Quindlen is a Philly-born, now Baltimore-based comic who started telling jokes for money way too late in life. Isn't that the case for a lot of us, Mike? This sardonic, coy, and often truly cranky comic has opened for Doug Stanhope, Alonzo Bowden, Michael Ian Black, John Witherspoon, and JB Smoove. Our last guest was born in Vegas, raised in Long Island, and now lives with his wife and 5 kids on their farm with an abundance of animals. He also runs the Church of Satire Comedy Club in Hanover, Pennsylvania. Let's welcome Jim Bryan. Guys, I'm your host, Chris Kidder. My last name says it all. Make sure you support the channel by subscribing to the channel, liking, sharing all of our videos and live feeds. And if you really want to show some support, do so via Venmo at Chris Kidder Comedy. Guys, welcome. All right. I got to fade this out because I'm a technical dude. All right. How you guys doing?
What's up, man?
Feeling pretty good.
Sweetness. All right, guys, just real quick. I know a lot of you guys maybe or may not have seen the show, but we're going to have some fun, silly questions for you. If it's your first time here watching the show, we're also going to have a lot of live trivia questions. It's tonight's pop culture. So make sure, if you don't know, scroll down on the screen. You can see there's a live chat. Make sure you jump in and try to beat everyone else with an answer to the questions. I got some good ones tonight. Some are really easy and some are ridiculously difficult. So have fun with those. So first off, guys, do you guys have any questions? You're on the show. I know this is a little bit different setup. You know, I think a lot of our virtual shows right now are always like getting up, trying to do 5 minutes, 7 minutes of comedy without a real audience, you know, to interact with. Do you have any questions for me?
No. Nah, man.
No, let's just roll with it, right?
Let's let it fly. Let it be what it is.
Yeah, at the end of the show, you're gonna be like, "What the hell was that, man? What was this?" All right. Now we're gonna have a lot of fun, guys. So, just so you know, there's no buzzard, right? You don't have a buzzard on your end. So when we do roll into the trivia questions, your name is your buzzard. So you need to say your name. Yes, it's very narcissistic way of trying to win a game. And if you win, I'll probably be welcoming you back to go against other champions, other past champions. Maybe eventually we'll have awards and stuff like that. But right now, you get to win bragging rights to say you beat the other fellas on the show.
This isn't news to me.
Yeah. There you go. All right. So we're going to start with our first question. Guys, I'm going to start with you, Austin, actually. First serious question. What's invisible, but you wish people could see?
Ooh. My kindness.
Oh, that's nice.
Ooh.
How kind are you, though? Like, are you really kind?
I'm Donald Trump kind. No, I'm just kidding. I would say I'm right under Mr. Rogers.
Right under Mr. Rogers. I love that, dude. I actually I have a joke in one of my sets where I talk about being a nice guy, not Mr. Rogers nice, but like Bill Cosby nice. But I'm not going to go into that right now. So, but I like that, Mr. Rogers nice. That's awesome, dude. How about you, Jim?
What's invisible that I wish people could see?
Yeah.
It'd be nice if COVID had legs and a mustache so people could see it, but
If you could see it, what would you do? What would you say?
well, I mean, I'll wear a mask. I don't know.
I thought you would be more aggressive. I think I would be aggressive towards that bitch. You know what I mean?
Nah, man, I'd be afraid of it. I'd say 6 feet away from it. 7 feet probably, just to be safe, you know?
I think you should take one for the team, man, and just like go beat the shit out of it. You know what I mean? Save the world.
I don't know. Let it cough in my mouth. That's what I should do.
How about you, Mike? What's invisible you wish people could see?
My soul. My soul. Absolutely. Yeah. Or hypocrisy, but that could be both. So, let's
Nice.
get it on.
Let's get it on. Awesome. All right, guys. So we're going to run through 5 quick trivia questions. Remember, and I am keeping score, your name is your buzzer, so don't shout out the answer. I'll call on you if you say your name first. All right, here we go. Bram Stoker's Dracula lived in Transylvania. What modern-day country can Transylvania be found in?
Mike.
Go for it, Mike.
Romania.
Wow, dude, you just kind of jumped all over that. Also, let me finish the question first, but you were right on the last word, so. All right. Which hit single went to number 1 in the U.S. in 2012 after an internet meme went viral with the song?
Austin.
Go for it, Austin.
Gangnam Style.
No, that's what I thought the answer was. No, sir. Would you like another guess or someone else?
I have nothing to add.
All right. No Google. I could look in your glasses. All right.
God,
The
man.
answer is the answer is Harlem Shake. Do
Wait,
the Harlem
they have a meme about that?
I
the
feel
Harlem
like
Shake, yeah.
Do you have any like Disney Plus questions? I feel like I'm fucked here, man.
There Jim, I think there is a few Disney questions on my list.
I might need those.
I think anything Pornhub related, you just got to take out because we're all going to shout our names. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't put those in there because I'd win, and I can't win. So the house can't win. All right. Kim Kardashian's second husband's name was?
Shit, man. I don't fucking know.
Austin.
I'm glad I don't know this.
Austin.
Go for it, Austin.
Ray J?
No. It's I think wasn't Ray J a boyfriend? I think Ray J was a boyfriend.
Ray J's the guy that she flew that her mom took the video of.
Yeah, I think it was either her first husband or like a boyfriend. No, it was
Brandy's brother, right?
Chris
Why does
Chris Humphries.
Basketball playing guy on the Nets.
Too late, Bryan. Too late, man.
All right,
Oh,
next.
Shit, I didn't even say my name. Man, I'm in trouble.
All right, McDonald's has used the slogan "I'm loving it" since 2003. What superstar and former boy band member did they use to record the vocals for the jingle?
Austin.
Go for it, Austin.
Justin Timberlake.
Yes, sir.
Man, I don't like losing that shit. It sucks.
You'll win at the comedy. Maybe you'll win at the comedy.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so.
All right, last question of this round. How many times was Elizabeth Taylor married?
Mike.
Go for it, Mike.
6.
No, sir.
Jim.
Go for it, Jim.
7.
No, sir.
Austin.
Go for it, Austin.
8.
It was 8.
Damn it. Layup. I'm leaving layup.
Just going right in order.
I'm applying Price's Right theory to everything from here on out.
$1.
Yeah, actually, she was married 8 times to 7 men.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read that and I was like, what? And then I realized she married the same guy twice. So
Yeah,
That's-
the guy married her twice.
All right. Next serious question. All right, we're gonna start with you, Mike. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Why or why not?
Absolutely not. It's just not. It's because it's a hot dog. It's just. I'm from Philadelphia. It's not even a sandwich. It's called a hoagie, man. That's what a hoagie is. It's not.
A hoagie is a sandwich?
Hoagies, of course, a hoagie is a sandwich. It's the ultimate and actually only sandwich acceptable for consumption anywhere east of the Mississippi, to be honest with you. Although a nice po' boy down in New Orleans is okay. But other than that, I'll tell you what, though, Austin, Chicago dogs, I'll take those all day long. But they're not sandwiches.
Yeah.
What are the
Yeah.
what are the beef sandwiches
Austin,
up in the Northeast? Don't they have those beef sandwiches too?
Yeah, it's. I mean, you have Philly cheesesteaks, but yeah,
Call them heroes. They call them heroes on Long Island.
yeah, that's what's wrong with you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Stolen valor. You're providing
live there.
valor on a sandwich, man.
So if I put meatballs on a hot dog bun, is it a meatball sub?
Absolutely not. Come on, dude. It's desperate. It's fucking desperate.
The bread is a serious thing out there, huh?
Oh, bread's absolutely everything, dude. You can save a bad sandwich with good bread. You can't have a good sandwich with bad bread. It's just
You can't. Well, I mean, how do you do that? How do you eat the shitty part in the middle on good bread? I mean,
what can I do, man? I don't make it. You know what I'm saying? They give me. I lift the boulders that they give me.
What if I put a hot dog in the butt end piece of a loaf of bread and eat it?
Yeah, it's still desperate. I mean, let's be honest. We've all been.
Am I showing my socioeconomic status?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, dude. And if your meatballs are coming from the Chef Boyardee stuff, then you're.
You consider a burger a sandwich,
dude, you know what
right?
I like to do? I like to go to the supermarket and buy the butt ends of the lunch meat, like the on sale stuff. I like to buy meat that's almost expired so that I can actually fucking run the risk of gambling with salmonella, man. I don't have any money to gamble anymore. I got to do it fucking any way I can.
how about you, Austin? How about the hot dog?
See, I've never thought about it because I'm too busy eating it.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Hey, Austin, have you ever gone to that hot dog joint in Chicago where the ladies yell at you and they scream and harass you? It's like famous. It's down by Wrigleyville. Oh my God, it's so much fun in there. You walk in there and they just rip you apart, dude. And you're not allowed to say anything back. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Are you talking about my grandma's house?
No, but that's
No, I've never been there.
How about?
No, I've never been there.
Hey Jim, hey Jim, how about you? Hot dog a sandwich.
Hot dog a sandwich? No.
Not even on the butt part of the loaf, huh?
No, I mean, if you put like 3 or 4 hot dogs between 2 slices of, standard bread, we can pass it as a sandwich, But hot dog and a hot dog bun, I'm just not buying it as a sandwich.
No. I mean, I've seen people eat hot dogs with like mayonnaise, and that's when I'm like, that's kind of like pushing it into the sandwich.
Disgusting.
Yeah, that's not good, man. I bet that's not good for you. I bet there's long-term effects to decisions like that.
Long-time mental effects of hot dogs and mayonnaise, maybe.
Seriously, a person
that's
can
just
only.
disgusting.
Yeah, there's only so much shit.
People who eat hot dog with mayonnaise are the type of people who wouldn't wear a mask during this pandemic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm fist bumping this guy right now for that comment.
That's awesome.
Dude, and they're dipping the hot dog. They're dipping the hot dog into the mayonnaise.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, can you just keep doing that for us, please?
Oh my God.
That hot dog. Oh my God! What a disgusting thing.
Awesome. That's all, guys. Real quick, if you haven't noticed already, if you look on the side of our screen, you can see the Instagram tags. Make sure you go and show my guests some love. Make sure you follow them on Instagram. With that said, we're gonna roll into our first comedy clip. This is Jim Bryan. I'm assuming it's at the Church of Satire there in Hanover, Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
sure
where it was
is, man.
recorded. Awesome, dude. Well, we're gonna roll into your comedy clip, and here we go.
Just a guy saddled with anxiety. Sometime tonight, life's gonna remind me that I'm a worthless piece of garbage. You guys got anxiety? Are you an anxious people? I mean, we're humans, we're generally anxious. Anxiety is what kept us really aware and terrified of our surroundings, which would allowed us not to get eaten by fucking saber-toothed tigers. So rather than give anxiety a bunch of shit, why don't you give it a round of applause? People need to embrace their anxiety, man. Anxiety is what has really driven humanity forward, dude. I go through life terrified all fucking day. Because someone told me about aneurysms when I was a small boy. I don't know if you know what an aneurysm is. I didn't know until a giant told me. And I know that he wasn't a giant because they don't exist. So I know I was very small and a fucking adult did it. Some adult comes along and is like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking ruin this kid's life. Have you ever heard about aneurysms? I was like, nah, man, I don't think I have. Well, there's just this thing that can happen without ever knowing it's gonna happen, and you die from it. Have a good day, sport. I was fucking this old. Go through the rest of my life like this. There's a lot of walking. A whole lot of relief, and then, you know what, man, now I've graduated, I'm a little older now, I'm a little more mature. I do all of my thinking about death right before I go to bed. Which was also installed in all of us by way of our friends, the Catholics or the Roman Catholics, because they have a prayer that little kids say at night. And they say, what do they say? They say, if I die before I wake. What the fuck is that? Who wrote that? Who's like, all right, guys, let's get the kids together and let's I pray the Lord my soul to take. If I die before I wake comes before that statement. That means there's a high probability that you're going to get fucked in your sleep. Yeah, man, it's exhausting to live this life. So I took control. I thought, you know what? Fuck it. Life beats everybody. Life's undefeated. I'm going to wear life's ass out while I go, right? Hell yeah, man. And I'm thoughtful, too, because I'm a good husband. So now when I go to bed, I think not about dying. I think about being dead in the morning, all stiff and shit, and my wife finding me in a wacky fucking position. Dude, you don't want to wake up dead with your nuts in your hand, curled in a ball, frozen fucking solid. My wife doesn't need to see that. Heaven forbid the kids come through and see that. You don't get a do-over with I saw Dad dead this morning. Yeah, it's cool. Take a break. I'm gonna. Yeah, I don't want to saddle my wife with that stuff. Funeral guy's got to come out on a fucking Sunday, charge my wife like $2,500 because it takes 4 guys to crack my fingers off my nutsack. My wife's like, what's with the high bill? They're like, dude, it took 3 of us, man. So I'm thoughtful. Now when I go to bed like this every night. You just roll me up like a fucking spliff and take me right out of there.
Awesome. Guys, that was Jim Bryan. Thank you for that clip, buddy. No, that was, dude, when you were drinking that water, was that someone like walking away? Or you were just like, you taking a break? Okay, I'll take one too. Like,
Nah, man. They it was one of them where like the room kind of you know, like
they took a break on the energy.
They would take it a break, you know. So
that was awesome, man. Well, guys, make sure you go show Jim Bryan some love. By the way, I think he probably has the longest Instagram tag name I've ever seen. That _comic_who_runs_a_club. Yeah.
The reason you got to do that is because if you run something, you end up losing some street cred as trying to get booked as your own comic, you know? So you got to kind of make sure you separate church and state there.
Yeah, man, I can't have my name in there, you know?
All right, awesome, dude. Let's start with you, Jim. What's the most ridiculous fact you know?
Johnny Vandermeer is the only person to throw 2 back-to-back no-hitters. I don't know where that came from, dude. Holy moly.
That was a very fast response. I was wondering,
No, it
like,
was, I've been waiting 20 years to say that. No.
that being said, you must be a big baseball fan.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I asked a question a few weeks ago about like the Dodger. I think I asked about like do you go to watch a baseball game? Do you go to watch it or do you go for the hot dogs? And I got mixed.
You mean sandwiches?
Yeah, sandwiches. Yeah, I mean I'm not like I was big into baseball when I was younger, and then I kind of fell out and I fell in love with football. So that's kind of been my sport. I'm kind of curious what they're going to do with sports this year. I mean, what are they doing? I heard.
I don't know, man.
Well, my buddy, he plays, or he played professional rugby, and he said that one of the rugby leagues he knows of, they're selling cutouts, like human cutouts, to put and fill in the stands, basically with human cutouts, and that's how they're generating revenue. Dude, I thought it'd be awesome. Like they should do that here for the Dodgers. Like I would totally buy, one for my wife, my kids, and myself. You know what I mean? And just put us all in stands. Of course, I'd be there with my glove just out there in the outfield.
People could buy cutouts for comedy shows.
Dude, somebody,
dude.
At one of the, here you go, Jim. But what would it cost? There was somebody put in one of the soccer games in Europe. Somebody put Joe Exotic's face in one of the cutouts. Dude, think about how long this fucking shit's going on. Joe Exotic seems like 4 fucking years ago to me.
It does feel that way, doesn't it? It was only like 7 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago.
And I only watched one episode of that shit.
Oh, dude, my wife watched the first episode, and she's like, "You got to watch it." I'm like, "No, thanks." And then just listening to it from across the room, I couldn't stop looking over my shoulder. And then finally, like, I found myself sitting there in front of the TV watching it.
Dude,
I watched the whole thing.
I'll tell you what, I only saw this one show, but I'll tell you what, if I can fucking throw a Carol Baskins reference in to get a cheap fucking laugh at the end of any joke, I'll do it. No fucking, I'm dying for fucking laughs right now, Jim Bryan. Austin. Oh, yeah, Carol Baskins.
Mike, what's the most ridiculous fact you know, dude?
That they performed an exorcism on Mother Teresa.
Did they really?
Absolutely, dude. I'm a retired Catholic. I know this shit.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah.
See, this is why I'm asking. I'm learning stuff here.
Stick around, bud. I'll take care.
How about you, Austin?
Ridiculous facts. So you guys know that movie, The Room?
Yeah.
Sure.
They filmed that famous scene, "I did not hit her," at least over 30 times.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
I thought that was ridiculous.
That is. I work on film sets, so as a grip, we would be off to the side going, "What the fuck, bitch? Hurry up!"
Yeah. Apparently, he just had trouble forgetting it every like 10 seconds or something, so they just had to keep doing it. They did it overnight.
Yeah, dude. I've been on those sets. It's insane. That's crazy. Oh. Well, I mean, at least the film industry's unionized and we make good money, so but it does get ridiculous towards the end of the night when you just want to go home, dude. You're just like, come on, dude. Like, just especially when it's just like like one simple sentence too. Like that's what makes it the worst. Yeah. All right. Okay, real quick. 5 questions. That's where I'm going to go. My next 5 questions. All right. We'll see if there's any Disney questions here. I don't think so. Not yet.
Oh, man. Fingers crossed.
I'm out.
All right. Remember, your name is your buzzard. What U.S. newspaper is currently second in U.S. circulation and is nicknamed the Gray Lady?
Mike.
Go for it, Mike.
The New York Times.
It is the New York Times.
Nice job, Mike. Nice job.
Nice
you
job,
get a golf
Mike.
clap.
Yeah.
Right.
You earned a hot dog sandwich.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't turn away much food.
What is the first film to win the Oscar for Best Picture? It was called Academy Award for Outstanding Picture at the time. This is a hard one.
Austin.
Go for it, Austin.
Gone with the Wind.
No. Good guess, but no. You anyone else with a guess? No.
Nah.
What's that racist movie? Shit.
Yeah.
It's not Birth of a Nation.
It probably was. No, but no,
It
it's
was Birth of a Nation?
no. I said it probably was
Oh,
racist
Jesus.
because this is an old movie, man. A lot of them
Yeah,
were.
dude.
It was Wings, 1929.
That's right. It was a.
It was a little bit before our time, I think.
I like the TV show reboot.
Yeah.
I love how Jim says, "Oh, that's right," like he just watched it a couple days ago.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was on the tip of my tongue.
How can I forget? Man.
Yeah. Wasn't there a show called Wings? It was like a flight
Yeah.
school or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Aaron
man.
Sorkin.
The reboot.
The reboot, man. They need to get that on Netflix.
That's where
I have nothing
Tony
else to watch.
Shalhoub came from that show.
Did he?
He did.
Name the 2015 breakout hit for Fox that had characters named Cookie, Lucius, and Rhonda.
Austin.
Go for it, Austin.
Empire.
Hell yeah, dude. Great show. Yeah, my wife and I got into that. Who insisted throughout the 80s that girls just want to have fun?
Yeah,
Mike.
Austin.
I heard Jim first.
Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah. Jim hit the board. All right, you guys are all on the scoreboard now. All right, which U.S. artist is known as the king of pop?
Austin.
Austin, go for
Michael
it.
Jackson.
Yes, sir.
I would like to go on record to say that I did know that one. Fuck Austin, man, you fast, dude. Holy shit. Are you just saying your name and figuring it out after, like on Jeopardy?
Who is Michael Jackson? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Chris just.
You got to answer in a question format. I never understood that. Do you guys
stupid.
do you guys know why they did that? I have no idea. Like anyone, even in the audience, do you know why? I don't know. Let me know.
Is that a question?
Yeah, I'm just like why in Jeopardy
You have-
is it?
You got to ask that in the form of a question, though, dude. We can't deal with you.
Yeah, I never understood that. Like this question, like the correct answer would be, like he just said Michael Jackson, but in Jeopardy it would have to be like, who is Michael Jackson? Like you have to
Like
answer
you're
any
asking.
question.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like you're asking your answer.
yeah. I just never understood why Jeopardy did that. I've never seen that anywhere else. Anyway, side note, brain going off on random tangents. It happens often, fellas. All right. What is something that everyone looks stupid doing? Let's start with you, Austin.
Sneezing.
Nice, dude.
Don't you guys just hate that when you're just like talking to someone and out of nowhere you just go, like your mouth is just open?
That's funny, dude. It's funny you said that because my daughter did that earlier today. She did that. We were in conversation and she was doing the dishes and she turned towards me because she was talking over her shoulder. She turned towards me and she's like, I was like, you got to sneeze? And she's just like, but she never sneezed. She just did the dance,
That's the worst. When it goes away, like you just think, I'm sorry, I don't know what that was.
Well, I think a simple sneeze is like it feels good. Like your body feels great afterwards, So when it goes away, I'm looking at the light trying to make it come back, How about you, Jim? Something that everyone looks stupid doing.
Put on chapstick.
I'm like looking for my chapstick. Where is it?
Chris is like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right, man. I'll put it on after the show, I guess. How about you, Mike?
When you trip on the curb, when you hit that fucking little bit extra curb and you go shooting forward, everybody's.
When you're walking on the sidewalk or something?
Yeah, you've never hit that curb with just a little bit too extra and you fucking shoot yourself forward, mate.
I think all of us have. I think you'd be lying if you said you didn't.
Yeah.
It's
And
a
everybody
terrible
else-
feeling, too.
Dude,
Terrible feeling to have.
You're like, fuck, how did it fucking defeat me?
It's horrible.
How did it
It's especially horrible. You look really dumb when you're putting on your chapstick and you trip.
Dude, I'm a salesman. I'm a salesman, and I got fat real quick. And I just remember being outside, coming out of an appointment where I did really good, really fucking good. I was happy. I had a black suit on. I wasn't as fat as normal. And as I was getting in my car, just as I got to the car, there was that fucking thing, and there was a really hot woman jogging by me, and I caught the thing, shot myself into the trash can, and had fucking strawberry quick all over me. When she came over and she asked me if she should call 911. God damn it!
Were you drinking? You were drinking strawberry.
Dude, Jim, it was in the fucking trash can.
Oh, that's
And
gross.
dude, I had just come out like, yo, dude, I had this. Oh, I'm going to make this sale. It's going to be awesome. The world's great again. Boom, right into the trash can.
You knew it was strawberry quick too. You had it in your mouth and stuff.
Dude, it was all fucking.
He was like, "Ooh,
Yeah, there's no justice. No justice in this cosmos, dude. There's no justice.
Well,
That's hilarious, dude. Hey, guys, just so you know, if you haven't already, make sure you support the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button below. Jump into our live chat. Talk trash. This is the best place if you want to heckle comedians because we can't hear your ass. Yeah, so do all that. And then, Mike, we're going to roll into some of your comedy. Are you ready?
Let's do it. Yeah. Hey, I'm Mike Quindlen. How you doing? I'm from Baltimore. It's a pleasure being here. I'm on my wife's porch, which actually is I can't believe I'm actually allowed on this porch. I'm one of those knuckleheads that spent $1,200 on fireworks, and unfortunately, I was giving a fireworks tutorial to a bunch of kids up the street, like 5-6-year-olds, and I burnt our porch down. My wife is still not happy about that. I haven't made the emotional development during COVID that I'm sure the rest of you have. Like my wife just let me know today she's read 50 books already. She's read 50 books. And she's completed like 3 Adobe Acrobat courses. This is where I'm at. I'm drinking gin on Tuesday mornings out of old paint cans. That's the emotional development that I've had during COVID. And you know what's funny is like, here's the deal. I think and I believe that it's absolutely imperative that we all be resourceful and wear our masks at all times. I mean, there'll be a point where you'll actually miss being waterboarded by the froth of your own aerosol phlegm in 10 years, but at least you'll still be alive, right? You'll still be alive. That's what I think. That's the deal with that. You know, I don't have a problem with wearing a mask, but here's why I think I'm impervious to it. You know, I'm not saying I can't be an asymptomatic spreader, and that's why I'm going to wear the mask. But when I was in college, I was really broke. And to actually make money, I did lots of drug testing. So I don't think there's possibly anything that could happen to me that all the lithium that they pumped into me, all the breast augmentation milk stuff that they pumped into me, there's no possible way. And here's the last thing. This is why I know that nobody's ever going to get me. I haven't washed my fruit or vegetables in 25 years. So if those toxins have not killed me by now, I don't think that I'm going to actually be killed by COVID. But again, that being said, please wear your mask. Don't be a disrespectful prick. It's something you should do to be courteous to the rest of society. Let's see here. Where are we at? Yeah, new porch. The old dude's fighting. Yeah, 50 books. This is the funny part about it. My wife is drastically younger than me. I'll be 49 in 10 days. And my wife's by the time my wife was born, I'd been kicked out of 2 high schools and one Catholic university. So I wasn't always the resourceful, beautiful individual that you know today. I mean, it's like, honestly, I used to be beautiful, right? I don't anymore. Now I look like I've actually been sheltering inside our refrigerator for the last 4 months. Actually, you know what? I take that back. I look like I've been floating in Baltimore Harbor, to be honest with you. I put on about 12 pounds, but before all this fucking nonsense started, it was my birthday. It was my birthday just as we got into COVID, right? As a matter of fact, we're COVID newlyweds. We got married last September, and so we're COVID newlyweds. But it's my birthday, right? In the morning of my birthday, my wife crawls in the bed. She went and put her sexiest negligee on, and she crawls up on me, and she looks at me straight in the eyes, and she goes, "Michael, it's your birthday. I'll do whatever you want." So I rip off my CPAP mask, right? I rip off my Darth Vader CPAP mask. I hit my inhaler. I fucking hit my inhaler. And then because I'm 48 years old, I asked her to go mow the lawn. Like, she's like, "Oh my God, She's like, I thought you were going to ask for anal sex. And I said, hey, babe, we've known each other for 4.5 years. What makes you think that I can stay hard enough to have anal sex? Like that's a young man's game. No, I'm not saying that I haven't done that stuff before. Heck, I have crawled through more shitty pipe than Andy Dufresne. So if you want to know the truth, people, that's anyway. All right, so hey, I'm Mike Quindlen. I said some things that were probably I'll get a timeout for, or cancel culture or something like that. But yeah, look me up. I run the Second Saturday Shit Show at the Otto Bar, the world famous punk rock club. And dude, Chris, thank you very much for having me. I hope people laughed at some of that stuff. I know it was kind of silly. It was all a joke, people. It was all a joke.
It always is, man. It always is. And kudos on the Andy Dufresne reference, man. That was funny. Dude, all that shitty pipe, dude.
Right? There you go. I'm glad you enjoyed that.
Guys, that was Michael Quindlen. Mike Quindlen. His information is on the side of the screen. And also, after the show, make sure you check below. I'm going to put all the links to everybody's Instagram, their YouTube channels, wherever you can find them. All that information will be below. Awesome. Here we go. Thank you, Mike, for that. We're going to start with you. Start with you, Mike. What's the funniest joke you know by heart? That's not yours.
Oh, shit. That's, damn, that's tough. Peter Moose. He's the closet gambler. How many closets do you want to bet? Peter Muth. I'm a closet gambler. How many closets do you want to bet? So that's my friend Peter Muth, who's up in Brooklyn. He's a one-liner type kind of guy. Yeah. I've always been a big fan of the one-liner guys. They're and gals. Their craft is extremely difficult to get enough good content to fill the show.
I agree. I've struggled writing one-liners for a long time now. Yeah, I think it's just so hard to. I don't know. I've even taken like writing classes on it, and just the formula. It seems formulaic, but your brain still has to work to be able to come up with that complete contradicting ending, or the opposite of what everyone else is thinking.
Yep.
Yeah, that's very challenging for me. I can't even imagine like trying to write, a 10, 20, 30-minute show with all that. The guys who do it, I think Jesselneck's one of the newer guys doing it, and it's really good. How about you, Jim?
And that's hard, man. I don't know that I could really say that I know anyone's jokes by heart, like word for word, like a song or nothing like that. But,
well, you don't have to. No, it's not like you got to quote someone or something. I just mean like a joke that like any joke.
I mean, Richard Pryor's "I'm reaching to get my wallet" just blew my mind when I was a kid, man. And Carlin's about the F word is probably another one that stick with me. But I'm reaching into my wallet for my wallet. That Richard Pryor joke. First time I heard that, man, I was like, damn it, if that is not the funniest shit I ever heard, like just the way he sold it, the way he said it, cadence, man, guy,
he was
out of control, man.
One of the best ever. Yeah. In my opinion, obviously comedy's subjective for people, but I think he was probably one of the best. I certainly agree. I certainly agree with you, but you're right. I mean, everyone's got their favorites, but it was just something about the way Richard Pryor talked, man. Like there was just so much there in his voice. Yeah. I was sold. I was too young to be sold on Richard Pryor, but that didn't matter to me,
The thing with Pryor is it didn't even look like he. It didn't even look like he was writing anything, dude. Like I know he wrote stuff, but it just fucking came off so authentic, man. So absolutely genuine and authentic. You're like, what the fuck just happened to me right there?
Yeah, it's almost like when you watch like professional basketball players and they shoot around and like everything goes in, like everything's a swish. and you're just like, what the fuck is happening here, man? Like, is this special effects? Like, how are they so good at what they're doing? I don't think I've ever heard Richard Pryor not be totally on point, at least for me.
Yeah.
So,
Do you guys think he would get a pass in today's world?
no,
Nah,
nobody
dude, you
does.
know what's funny about that though? Here's the deal though. Did you watch that documentary about him? He did some sleazy shit, man. He pimped out his own girlfriend. Like,
Yeah, I mean-
I don't think that behavior would get the pass. But I also don't think that you could. I mean, what, you got to judge him in the time that he was in, right? I mean, but
Yeah.
that would. But here's the deal with that though. Pimping out your own girlfriend is sleazy, no matter what century it is or decade. You know, I mean, that I didn't realize. I had no idea. I mean, obviously, I knew about the fact that he had set himself on fire and he had drug addictions. But I'll tell you what, man, I also knew he was a great freaking actor. You know, he was a magnificent actor. I didn't know anything about the.
I wonder if, and I don't know, honestly, Austin, like who knows really, if he were young and up and coming in today's day and age, as opposed to like if he was an older guy during today's day and age. Like, I don't really know, but I almost can't help but think that like if somebody lived nowadays who had lived back then, like given all of the accessibility of social media and cameras and everything, like it makes you wonder, would they have modified their behavior?
I think they would
I
have.
feel
You know?
I feel like the only person, if he were alive today, who wouldn't care is George Carlin.
Yo. Yeah, I think I might agree with that. He was pretty close towards the end of his life, you know, because he was sort of like blending into those sort of two worlds where he was pretty ferocious about calling out some of those norms.
Yeah. How about you, Austin?
Probably Dave Chappelle's Ja Rule bit.
Do you know what was the first thing I saw of Dave Chappelle? To be honest, it was him and that Ku Klux Klan bit that he did.
The Chappelle Show.
I honestly I didn't know who he was until I watched that. I was just flipping through the channels. You know, what was that? That was probably like circa 2005-ish, maybe 2007. And
2003, the show came.
Was it 2000? Well, yeah, it was like, yeah, whenever it came out.
Clayton Bigsby was his name.
That's it. That was it. Yeah. It was
Bigsby.
Clayton Bigsby. And so when I saw that, I was like, what the hell is this? You know what I mean? Like, just anything like that would stand out. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And then when they showed it was him, I was like, what? And so it was just really like, what the hell is this? And, you know, I just kept asking that question. And I was like, I got to look this guy up. He's funny. And so I started following him. And then I realized he had all these other movies. Like he had Half Baked, you know, which I think I got stoned one summer, like all summer, and watched it every single day.
They killed Killer Bee. They killed Killer Bee.
I mean, the guy is just funny. And then, you know, all the way up to, you know, well, the thing he just released at 846, I thought was just, you know, not him being funny, but it was. He's so intelligent, man. He's so intelligent. But anyways, let's not go down that road. And make this show about that. How about that? All right. Questions. Who won the first American Idol?
Austin.
Go for it, Austin.
Ruben Studdard?
No. No, I think he won the second year.
What's her name? What's that lady's name? Kelly Clarkson?
Yeah, it's Kelly Clarkson. Yeah, I think Ruben won, the second year, I think.
Who's a gray-haired dude? Remember that guy? Didn't he win or something like that? Was an older guy?
I don't know. The gray-haired dude?
Dude, I haven't had cable in fucking 6 years, man.
That's awesome. Michael Balzery of the Red Hot Chili Peppers is better known as what?
Jim.
Go for it, Jim.
Flea.
Yep, Flea. What film parodied the Cold War? It's hard if you've never seen it, I guess.
The one, right? I mean, You can say
Yeah.
You can say meatballs.
I'll give you a hint. It starts with Doctor.
Doctor Strangelove.
Yeah, it was Doctor Strangelove. Like that's like the big parody of the Cold War. Yeah, there's a bunch of different ones, but that one was like just straight
Not
up.
meatball stripes. Yeah, no, you're right. Absolutely.
What was used as a special effect for blood in the shower scene in Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho?
Mike, ketchup.
No, sir.
Jim,
Go for it, Jim.
motor oil.
No, that was a good guess, but it's a black and white film, so that's why color
Tried.
didn't matter. No, you were actually, I think, yeah, it's a closer color to the answer. You want to take a guess, Austin?
Hawaiian Punch.
Hawaiian Punch.
I fucking love Hawaiian Punch.
that was my drink in the '80s, dude.
Did Hawaiian Punch exist when that movie came out?
No, I don't think so. The answer is chocolate syrup.
Balls, man. I was on the right track with that one.
You were. Is it the right consistency, I guess? In what town on Earth did Superman grow up?
Jim,
Go for it, Jim.
Smallville.
Yes, sir. Look at you, Jim, coming back, buddy.
Yeah, man. Keep asking me kid-related questions.
All right, we'll start with you, Mike. In 40 years, what will people be nostalgic for?
Earth. Earth.
Earth?
Yeah.
Like dirt Earth, or just like...
We'll be gone, dude. We'll be on Mars or something like that. Earth.
Interesting. That's an interesting answer. Like we'll be on Mars.
It's a shit answer, but you know, what are you going to do?
That's a mass exodus to Mars. You think about that. It's like,
hey, man.
It's,
Fucking Elon Musk is on his game, right? You know what I'm saying?
he's out there for sure, dude. Can you tell me what his son's name is?
Nah, something stupid though. I know it's something stupid.
It's like AE-R7-12. It's something ridiculous like that.
Sounds like it's a license plate on his Tesla.
Probably. His Tesla was 11 though. His kid's 12. How about you, Jim? What are people nostalgic for in 40 years?
Personalized face coverings, perhaps. Be wearing them. Be
That's
like,
funny.
what's that person wearing? That was a style back in 2020, man.
How about you, Austin?
Probably the next iPhone.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
The next iPhone? It'd be like those are people now, like I see them everywhere, like the record players, and I'm surprised, like my daughter wants one of those, and then I've looked it all up, like that's like $1,500 setup for the speakers, because I'm like, oh, I'll just go get the record player. No, you have to get the speakers, which are separate, and then you got to get the actual, like it's, like nothing's changed, it's still like old technology. Like, you just have to set it all up. So,
Dude, I might have one in my attic, dude.
Dude, I'll give you my address. All right, we'll connect after this.
Yeah, man. I'll go way less than $1,500. I can tell you that.
I tell you what, I'll get it off eBay and send it to you.
There you go.
I got more stuff in my attic for sale too, if anyone's interested. Everything must go.
Everything, fire sale. All right, what television show is The Simpsons a spinoff of?
Austin.
Go for it, Austin.
The Tracy Ullman Show.
Absolutely. Nice, dude. How many dice are rolled at one time in Yahtzee?
Mike, 5.
Go for it, Mike.
5.
Yeah, it's 5.
5.
Yes, sir. It's 5. That's how many points you have. 5. Current score, Austin 5, Mike 5. Jim, you're at 3. You're not far behind, buddy.
All right, man.
All right. Who is the trick question? Who's the Baby Ruth candy bar named for?
Jim.
Go for it, Jim.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
No.
I just gave that one away. Fuck it.
Mike, it's Babe Ruth's daughter.
No, sir. Austin, guess. Who in the audience knows the answer to this one? All right. So the answer is Ruth Cleveland, the daughter of the President of the United States, Grover Cleveland.
I fucking hated Cleveland.
Yeah, so I know, he was horrible, man. So horrible.
Got strong
guy
opinions
sucked.
about Grover
Yeah.
Cleveland. Yeah, too, Mike.
I think he tried banning TikTok or two, something like that.
Jesus Christ, man.
Hardcore Cleveland fans out here.
Seriously, man.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of people say it was Babe Ruth because it got renamed right around the time Babe Ruth started hitting all his home runs and shit. Yeah, so it's ridiculous, dude. Like there's a whole story behind the Baby Ruth candy bar. You should go check it out.
Sounds scintillating. It sounds scintillating.
It is. What is the longest running Broadway show of all time?
Jim.
Go for it, Jim.
Cats.
No, sir.
Austin,
Go for it, Austin.
the Book of Mormon.
No.
Jesus Christ Superstar.
No, holy shit. I
Damn
thought one of you guys would get this. All right, the answer we're looking for, Phantom of the Opera. And it
Really?
surpassed Cats. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cats was it until several years back, and then it passed it. What is the longest running game show on television?
Mike.
Go for it, Mike.
Price is Right.
That's correct, sir. All righty. All right, we're going to roll into Austin's clip. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You can see all our comedians' information on the side. Make sure you show them some love. With that said, we're going to roll into Austin Warren's comedy clip after my mouse doesn't die. All right, here we go. Fading in. There you go.
Being black, for black men especially, because there's so much shit we need to be secretive about. I can't go around telling people I listen to Taylor Swift, I'm with my boys and we're skimming through the radio and I hear Taylor Swift, I can't be like, hey, can we just keep it there? I'm in the club and I hear Taylor Swift, I can't dance, I'm like R. Kelly, like my mind is telling me no, but my body, you get it. So it has to be like a simple solution for this, so I was thinking, what if we just had a music purge night? A music purge night, just for 24 hours, everybody can listen to any type of music, no one would make fun of them, right? If we did that, every black guy from Compton would break out in sync. Have niggas and drive-bys, listen to the Barry Manilow, guys in the barbershop listen to Barbra Streisand. It could happen, I'll tell you what though, there's nothing worse getting caught in a lie about the type of music you listen to. One time I was 12, my boy came to my crib, we're in my room chilling, he looks at my CD collection, pulls out a CD and he goes, bro, what is this Hannah Montana, the movie soundtrack? In my head, I'm like, so I gotta play it off cool. I'm like, man, my sister, she be leaving her shit up in here. And he goes, nigga, you're an only child. I think the one white girl song any guy can get away with listening to is 1,000 Miles. Yeah. So that song comes on, every guy's just like, even the hardest guy at a party would jump up and be like, nigga, turn that shit up. But it's not just music though. There's certain movies we can't be talking about. Piece of advice, okay? If you are black, straight, and have seen Brokeback Mountain, keep that shit to yourself. Yeah, the boys are not going to believe you if you're just like, man, I love the cinematography. Yeah, okay.
Y'all are like, I've seen it. Don't pretend like that.
Shit is happening. Shit is happening, man. For real shit.
You still alive? Damn.
Nah, they just like keep giving me the numbers to their gay cousins and shit today. You know what I'm saying? Like,
See, it's rough for us. It's like, you can't suggest that on movie night with your boys either. Like, you gotta sneak that shit in. So,
Bam.
you slowly typing it in your Netflix queue. You're like, what the fuck you doing? Like, hear me out. 2 hours later, you're like, man, you're right. This shit is phenomenal. I'm like, I thought that was great. You seen Magic Mike?
All right, guys. That was Austin Warren. Fantastic job, buddy. Yay.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
I love it. Dude, what venue was that? Is that here in LA?
No, it was in I'm sorry, bear with me.
Yeah, it looks like a wine place.
It was a brewery.
A brewery?
And the city starts with an I forgot what it is. Not 1,000. It'll come to me, but yeah, it was like an hour away.
Yeah.
I wasn't even supposed to be on this show. My homegirl was performing, and then I got put up, so that was a cool thing. And then I ended up somehow killing it.
Nice, dude.
Yeah,
See, that's the
I felt
importance
pretty
of
good about it.
the importance of networking in comedy, right? You gotta build your comedy circles, man.
And being ready.
Being ready. Yep, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Austin, how do you feel about putting pineapple on pizza?
Stay the hell away from me.
So you think
not a fan.
it's nasty?
It's just, I'm not a fan of pineapples, period. So the fact that I would put it on pizza, that's a no for me.
That's a no. What about sardines, bro?
Never had a sardine.
I was always like, I think you have to try the sardines thing. Sardines are salty as hell, and it's actually good. Mike, I
Are there
think your
pizza
sound's out,
places-
buddy.
Are there pizza places out here that do that?
Yeah, you can ask for it. If you ask for it, a lot of places will have it.
So like Pizza Hut, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, no problem."
I don't know about Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut's going out of business. They just went bankrupt.
What?
Sorry, no more stuffed crust, fools. Yeah, my kids were bummed. We just heard about it like a few days ago. My kids were like, my wife and I told our kids, and they're like, "Oh, we love stuffed crust." I'm like, "Sorry." We don't like getting you stuffed crust.
Santa Claus, let me tell you.
Wait, what about him?
Yeah. Right? That's one of those like, hey kids, listen, while I've got your attention.
Jim, what kind of secret society would you like to start?
I don't know.
What?
In my mind, I was about to like justify that I like having pineapples on pizza. I don't mind it, so I was ready to come clean. So I think I would like to start a secret society where people comfortably express the fact that they don't find pineapple on pizza to be all that polarizing.
Oh, you're such a fucking dreamer, dude. You're
Such a dreamer.
You're asking for so much in this savage fucking reality, dystopian shit world we live in.
And hot dogs
Good
can be
luck,
called
good luck.
sandwiches.
Good luck with that outlook, kid.
Hey, whatever, dude. I'm about to start 2 new Facebook groups tonight: hot dog sandwiches and pineapple pizza safe space. So why don't you get off my nuts?
I used to be vehemently disgusted by that. But you know, when you get a little bit older now, I'm agnostic about it. Just don't get gaudy. Don't get gaudy with your pizza fucking selections, man. You know what? We don't, and you know what? We also don't need any more of. We don't need any more fucking emojis for Venmo. Start working on bigger problems, man. Start working on bigger problems.
I think there are people in this world who love to be angry about anything. I feel like there would be riots for the whole pineapple pizza thing.
Yeah, now would be the time. Now would be the time. Be like,
right.
yo, you know what? We've
Sneak that
decided
in.
you can't have them anymore. It's not allowed. And people would be like, I'm strapping up. I'm going to City Hall. I'm going to shoot the place up. Fucking pineapples. Everyone's crazy.
Yeah, you got pineapple pizza on your fucking mask.
Oh, they'd be selling merch and shit, you know?
Mike, toilet paper. Over or under?
What do you mean over or under? So you mean overrated or underrated?
No, over or under.
Oh.
He says overrated.
I don't know what the fuck are you talking about, dude. I don't, dude. Who the fuck pays attention, man? Yo, I'll tell you one story. I just thought about this. When I was a fucking kid, right? I burnt my bedroom up, fucking smoking when I shouldn't have been, right? And I got those big Q-tips on my hand because I 3rd-degree burned my hands. And my fucking mom left me with my dad, and I was like 16 years old. And my mom was fucking wiping my ass when I took a shit, right, dude? Well, my dad said that he wasn't going to do it. He fucking took me out back and had the guy from next door hose me down when he was fucking mowing his lawn. I forgot. I hadn't thought about that story in 25 years.
Also not acceptable in 2020.
Yeah. Dude, all I know is I've known Mike for years, and I just learned in the last hour that he's almost burned down 2 houses.
Dude.
And he doesn't like Grover Cleveland.
I was a prick. Guy was a goddamn prick. Everybody knows it. You walk into any tap room anywhere in America when we get back together, you say Grover Cleveland, they're like, fuck that guy.
Wow.
All right, real quick. What famous jazz musician was nicknamed Satchmo? I'm gonna say it wrong.
Mike Quindlen. Mike. Dizzy Gillespie?
No, sir.
Damn it.
No guesses?
One of you guys.
Jim, Louis
Go
Armstrong.
for it, Jim. Yeah, it is Louis Armstrong.
Damn it. He had the bet up point, right?
Yes. What was the first all-day cable news network?
Mike, CNN.
Yes, sir. It was CNN. All right. Madonna won a Golden Globe Award for which movie?
Jim.
Go for it, Jim.
Evita.
Yes, sir. Is that a kid's movie?
No, man. I'm just a Madonna fan.
Yeah. child, if you like child fascism, yes, it's great.
All right. Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, and Justin Timberlake all used to be singers and presenters on what?
Jim.
Mike.
Jim.
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Yes, sir.
That's close.
What was Beyonce's debut solo album?
Screw Destiny's Child.
Screw. Yeah, right? So, yeah, So Long, Destiny's Child. Yeah. The answer we're looking for, Dangerously in Love.
That's
Oh, hell, wasn't that on the tip of my tongue?
No.
By the way,
I never even heard that album name in my whole life.
No.
What's
the
up?
way, the city, I just remember the city was Oxnard that I played in.
Oxnard. Yeah, that's kind of far away. And it's like, it's kind of like, isn't that north of here? Where is that? I don't even know where that is, dude. Like, I think I've worked there.
West.
Is it west of here?
I'll say West.
Oh yeah, it's up when you're going towards Ventura, right? Yeah. Anyways, you
Yeah.
guys, the other two East Coasters are like, what? All right.
Yeah, I'm like an hour west of LA. Isn't that in the water?
I know, isn't that in the water? You would think so, but if you look at the map, no. You start going west, it's actually, yeah. All right, real quick, guys. Anyone in the audience have questions for my guest? Leave them in the chat below, and we'll get to those in a minute. Let's start with you, Mike. What inspired you to do comedy?
I was a drunkard in a bar, and somebody said, "You're funny. You should try comedy." No, one of my friends told me we were in South Africa at the World Cup, and he just like, dude, I guess I was entertaining and blah blah blah. And that was it. Literally driving in the truck. Yeah, and he said, "Yeah, you should try it." Next thing I know, I did it. I tried it once, and I did well. I won this contest. If I hadn't won the contest, to be honest with you, we wouldn't be having this conversation. I would have never tried it again. It was fucking terrifying.
Yeah. It is. I mean, it is. I think it's scary, and it's, and I give credit to anyone and everyone who at least gets up and tries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, whether they stick with it or not. It's pretty scary, I think, your first time up, or first several months up, or even maybe your first few years up. How about you, Austin? What inspired you, brother?
I grew up on comedy. I grew up watching the greats, Eddie Murphy, Jim Carrey, and I just had an axe for just always wanting to make people laugh. I remember in high school, somebody said to me, "You should do stand-up," and I didn't really know what stand-up was, but like I had seen people telling jokes on TV. I didn't know there was a specific name for it, and years later, I was like, okay, I could see myself doing this. And, but like, I just didn't know like people can do that for a career. I didn't know that. And I got into it 3 years ago. I had I'm still green. My first year and a half was rocky, but
yeah, he is.
It's one of those things where it just gets better with practice, and it's something I really enjoy doing.
Yeah. That's awesome, dude. What about you, Jim? What really got you into it, man?
Rio Zoo was when I heard Richard Pryor live at Sunset Strip. It was on vinyl. I was little. I wanted to be a comedian from the moment I heard it.
You're just like, I want to do that.
I didn't even know what the fuck it was. Just like Austin said, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't even know what I was listening to. I was like, who's this? What is this? Like, what? I couldn't even comprehend the jokes. I was just like, people were dying laughing, and that was it, man. I was sold, I mean, I didn't try it for many, many years later. And I think the first time I did it was like 2002, but I knew it from the moment I heard that album.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this. I don't know if you guys know my story at all. I'm doing comedy because I had an issue at a drive-through Starbucks that cost me $6,000. And my wife said I needed therapy or go do stand-up. And here I am. I chose the latter.
Nice.
Yeah. It was a very expensive cup of coffee. I'll just say this, LA's full of like horrible drivers. Drivers. I'm one of them. I'm that guy that throws, like half-eaten pieces of fruit at your window at 70 miles an hour. I'm that guy. That
was you?
Yeah, that was me, bro. Pennies, whatever. Whatever. I'm bad, and I've calmed way down since I started doing stand-up. But my wife is like, dude, you need to go do stand-up because they're always working their shit out on stage. So it honestly is therapy to like kind of take the daily, like any altercations I might have and just kind of let it slide off my shoulder, but then write about it. Basically journal. You're journaling about your shit and then like going back, reviewing it, and like how can you, where's the funny perspectives on this shit that made me really angry? And that's kind of like was my whole take on it. I wish I could say like at a young age I looked up and it was like, oh, Richard Pryor or oh, Steve Martin, or because I do look at all them. And honestly, I wasn't even exposed to them. I grew up in a very religious home, Southern Baptist conservative home, where like any of that stuff would be like for the devil. You know what I mean? Like there was none of that in my household.
So your mom was like Kathy Bates and the Waterboy.
Comedies for the devil. Yeah, pretty much. Sorry, Mom, if you're watching this, but yeah, kind of. Yeah. It's pretty much it. They've evolved. Awesome. Real quick, let's do our last 5 questions. These are definitely challenging, and they're going to be worth 2 points if you get any of them right. All right. Who was the first actor to portray James Bond on screen?
Mike, Sean Connery.
No, sir.
I was gonna say, is it Mike's air conditioner? Whatever.
Yeah,
that
whatever
noise
just made
was.
the noise. Do either of you other fellas know?
No,
All right.
I thought it was Sean Connery too.
No, Sean Connery was the first in movie theaters. The first actually on screen was Barry Nelson in 1954. It was a made-for-TV adaptation of Casino Royale. So
That's some trick question.
it is. I told you these are the harder ones. What color was Elvis Presley's hair?
Jim.
Go for it, Jim.
Blonde.
Yes, sir. See, I thought this one would be like, I don't know. It's a trick question in my opinion, but yeah. He was blonde and he dyed his hair like every 3 weeks. So that's a whole life, which is crazy. That's a lot of product.
Didn't he die young?
What was that?
Didn't he die young, like in his 20s or 30s?
I think he was older than that.
No, I think he was maybe 40s or 50s, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't live to be an old man, but
But he got older and fatter, as most of us do. What is Paul McCartney's middle name? No guesses on this one, huh? All right.
No.
The answer we're looking for is Paul.
No.
Yeah, his middle name was Paul.
oh my God, that's awesome.
It's not.
Is that his?
No, so you would think because I said that his name's Paul McCartney. No, his actual name was James Paul McCartney. Exactly, dude.
I knew it was something tricky for sure.
All right, here goes the Disney question. What does the evil queen say to her mirror in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
Come on, Brian. You've been shooting your mouth off. What do you got for us,
I
Brian?
have been. Well, in my defense, I did get the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse question right.
You did.
So,
Austin,
Dude, that was a layup.
Austin's trying to answer. Go for it, Austin.
Mirror, mirror in my hand, who is the fairest in the land?
No, sir. Close.
Jim.
Go for it, Jim.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all?
That is the common.
Yeah, it's not.
That's a common response. The actual answer is she says magic mirror on the wall.
Magic mirror on the wall.
Who's the fairest of them all? Yeah, so that's the thing, because most of us I grew up, all of us always say mirror, mirror on the wall.
Yeah, that's some Mandela effect shit, right?
So here's the thing. I read that. I found this question. I read it. I was like, oh, that's bullshit. And then I went to YouTube, looked it up, and found the old movie. Right. Sure enough, it was magic mirror on the wall. I was like, son of a.
These questions, the efficacy behind these questions are solid, man. You're not going to get anything. You're not going to get a 1 word. No way, man.
I'm disappointed in myself. I'm disappointed in myself.
You know what you should?
Yeah, I know, dude. That's Disney all day long.
No,
right.
I should have stretched.
You should be
disappointed.
You know what? I bet your kids are sad.
All right. What TV program aired the first interracial kiss here in the U.S.?
Like Star Trek.
It was Star Trek, buddy.
Nice job. Nice job.
Bonus. What was the first one in the world?
I was hot. What do you want me to tell you?
Ooh.
First one in the world. It was a show in the UK called You in Your Small Corner. And that was actually 6 years before Star Trek. So they were 6 years more advanced than we were with moving forward culturally.
Of course.
But yeah, no, that was 1962. So great job, guys.
Yeah,
And
we're
that
horrible.
actually
We're horrible.
and that actually broke our tie because we were sitting at a tie. Real quick, before I tally up the score for everyone, where can people find you on social media, Austin?
Instagram, AMWRRN. And you can also just look up my name, Austin Warren.
Yeah. Do you have a YouTube channel and all that, or are you just primarily using Instagram?
I do, but it's like I haven't used it in years, so it's like Instagram is just the main thing people can use to interact with me.
Awesome. Yeah, and guys, just so you know, all the information's on the side of the screen. I'll have links below as well. How about you, Mike?
Just at Mike Quindlen. I've resisted the urge to have cool names that nobody can follow. We're fine. So yeah, it's just at Mike Quindlen.
How about you, Jim?
Fuck you, Mike.
Dude, I wasn't even thinking about that.
I know when you said that, I'm like, what?
You can find me. I have Church of Satire Comedy Club YouTube channel. That's where I put most of my stuff up on. Instagram, that comic who runs a club, which you could just type my name in. It's still gonna come up. And then Facebook, just my name, and the club, Church of Satire Comedy Club, on all the platforms.
On all the platforms.
Yeah, except Twitter. I have a Twitter, but I don't know. I don't really enjoy it. It's too much to really do all of them. So that's what I say about Twitter.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that one too. Roll the dice, right?
Yeah, roll the dice, right, Mike? Roll the dice. Yahtzee.
Yeah.
5. Awesome, guys. Real quick, just going through the score. Austin, you got a solid 5 answers, right? Good job, dude. Jim, you came in second with a solid 7 questions, correct? And Mike broke that tie with the 2-pointer at the end. You're at 9 points, buddy. So good job, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
Way to
Golf
go,
clap.
Mike.
Yeah, you get
Way
that
to go,
golf
Mike.
clap.
Yeah, nice job. I'm feeling
Good
really
job,
good
Mike.
because I actually knew Mike was going to win, so I bet $20 on him before I came on here. So
Yeah. What were the odds? Like 2 to 1?
it's I don't know. The $20 bill's folded on the table still. So
Awesome, fellas. Real quick, let me see if anyone has any questions for you. No, but real quick, Free Spur. Yeah, no, I see. No, I see people talking about like chapstick and shit like that. Like, I think that was like that running thing through tonight was the chapstick. Yeah.
I almost forgot.
But yeah, just shout out Lily for being my moderator. Thank you so much. She jumps in and does the moderation in case anyone's a big a-hole.
Thanks, Lily.
Yeah, Lily, she's the best. She's also a comedian here in LA, and she's funny as hell.
Thanks, Lily.
But Free Spur, thanks for being here. Charles, Alex, all you guys that are always here. There's some people here that are here week after week. This is episode 15. So thank you for that. And guys, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Fellas, thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Thank you for having me, man.
If you guys
Hey,
are ever
guys.
out on the East Coast, man, hit me up. We'll get you up at the club if we're allowed, man. By all means, if you're ever rolling through the area.
How far are you from Buffalo?
Far.
8 hours.
Yeah, probably like 8 hours. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I remember I'm from upstate New York for a big chunk of my
But
life.
I mean, I'm an hour north of Baltimore, so
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pass through place.
Yeah.
So if you're cruising through, man, you guys are doing your thing, you're whatever. I'll put you up. You can perform at the club. I'd be happy to have you.
I appreciate it,
That's
Jim.
great.
For sure.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I will pass through there for sure at some point.
Yeah, keep in touch.
But yeah, we'll all stay in touch. Guys, thank you so much. Guys, thank you for watching the show. Thank you for watching live. We're here every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I'm Chris Kidder. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it.
Later.
Thank you, man.
All right.
How do I turn this fucking thing off? Take care, Chris.
You too, Jay.